So tonight we've got a little bit of basketball on tap. Not a whole lot, actually, just a couple of things. First one up is Grand Reserve basketball. That's that new high-end set that came out. When did that come out? Wednesday, I think. And then another little chunk of our Excalibur case. That's what is on tap for tonight. But first off, we need to take a look at who's in our nightly break so far, or who's in our monthly break, I should say, from our nightly random winners. So this is Lucky You 3. It runs for the month of July, and it is a customer appreciation break that will happen on the first Saturday in August. And the only way to get in it is to win the nightly random. Doesn't cost you anything to participate, and of course, you know, I will buy all of the products for that, and you guys will have a chance to win the hits. So it's kind of a fun little way to say thank you for bidding with me. And I do change up what we do from time to time on our monthly and our nightly randoms and things like that, but that's what we're doing this month. So here is everybody that is in the break tonight. You will see, you know, all the other stuff in there. It says unpaid and no bids and all that. It all stays in there. I just do it as a straight cut and paste. And it looks like tonight we have, what does that say? Shiz Nasty Cards. Something like that. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that properly the way you intended that to be pronounced, but it's close enough. So, whoops, I just grabbed the wrong thing. Sorry guys, I didn't, I just copied it and then I pasted it in the wrong spot. So I just want to get that put in to the right spreadsheet so that I don't forget who has what going on. Next up then, that's going to bring us to break number 1, which is a Panini Grand Reserve basketball. And I somehow did not manage to write break number 1, but it is break number 1 because it just came out. This is our first box of it. End date, of course, that was tonight. Live stream schedule, that's right now. Team names are down one side, winning bidder names across from it. You will see on the Hawks it says bidder canceled. Somebody bid on that team by accident. They meant to bid on another team. I couldn't figure out how to get their bid canceled right before the auction ended. And yeah, so we got to figure that out. But at any rate, that's basically, it's an unsold team that, you know, looks like it was sold, but it wasn't. Anything that says no bids buyback, that is in fact an unsold, unloved orphan team. Anything that comes out for one of those stays with me. We have 3 teams that say unpaid. That means the team was sold, but payment had not come in as of, I'd say, roughly 5 minutes ago is about when I finalized that spreadsheet. So if payment comes in the interim, of course, I'm going to send you whatever cards you pull. I hope that payment will come in, because so far this month, or not this month, this week, so far this week, I am at almost $400 in people who bid and did not pay. So that's a pretty big amount for 1 week. So I'd hope to not have any more of those for a little while. All right, so let's see what we've got here in Grand Reserve. Luke, you know, I don't know if the person's going to pay or not going to pay or what the deal is. And I've also got to figure out how to do this, because I am going to start, I'm probably just going to wait and start in August, but I am going to start reselling the teams for people who don't pay on time, unless they, you know, have sent me a message and said, hey, I'm going to pay you on whatever, in traffic, at a party, at work, whatever. Or if it's somebody that I know really well. But if it's otherwise, I am going to start reselling those, because that's just crazy. I mean, I'm literally at almost $400 in 1 week of unpaid stuff. You know, that's just not sustainable. But since I have not quite figured it out yet, how I'm going to do it, I guess tonight I will not resell it, and we'll just hope that the person decides to pay me. And whether or not they will remains to be seen. But if they do, they will get their card. So. And I changed the autofocus on this a while ago, but I'm still not sure that that is quite where we want it to be. I don't know if that just made it better or worse. Maybe a little bit better. All right, so this is my first time opening Grand Reserve as well. I've had it here since Wednesday, but this is the first time breaking into it. So we're just going to kind of look and go together here. That first, of course, was for the Lakers with Julius Randle. Then we have for the Nets, Sean Kilpatrick. For the Magic, Nikolai, whose last name I cannot pronounce. I'm putting our hit down the bottom. We're going to save it for last here. An unbreakable insert, and that, of course, is Mr. Karl Anthony Towns for the T-Wolves. It's a nice looking insert. I was trying to decide that maybe a little bit of kind of chipping down there on that bottom edge, but I'm not sure if it's just a reflection or not. I couldn't get a good handle on that. Hassan Whiteside for the Heat. Kemba Walker for the Hornets. This is a nice looking set for sure. George Hill for the Jazz. And our hit is Nikolai Mirotic, I never say it right, for the Bulls, numbered to 75. So you've got the four material swatches in the on-card auto, numbered to 75 for the Chicago Bulls is hit number 1. Out of pack number 2, we have a dominating insert, Andre Drummond for the Pistons. I'm trying to figure out where, I couldn't remember where I had everything stacked there for a second. Ben McLemore for the Kings. Isaiah Thomas for the Celtics. I'm flipping all these over because I'm not sure if any of them are going to be numbered, so, you know, that's why I'm flipping them all. First time I've opened it. Draymond Green for the Warriors. Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. Jeremy Lin for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan for the Clippers. And our hit, which is in there upside down, Danny Green for the Spurs. And that one is a sticker auto, and it is numbered to 99. It looks like that is 8 of 99, to be exact. On the Danny Green hit for the Spurs. And this is our third and final pack out of this box of Grand Reserve. Dominating performances, Karl Malone for the Jazz. The inserts really are pretty nice in this set. I like them. Oh, I guess we didn't look at the back of that. I don't guess, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe nothing is numbered except the hits in here. We haven't seen any yet anyway. Gary Harris, Nuggets. Tony Parker, Spurs. Gordon Hayward, well, Jazz then, not Jazz now. Zach Randolph, Grizzlies, also has recently moved. Followed by another Zach Randolph. Why would we have 2 Zach Randolphs back to back? Now, come on, guys. That is 2 Zach Randolph base cards back-to-back in the same pack. Panini can do a little better than that, I would think. Reggie Jackson for the Pistons. And our hit is, that's a nice little swatch for Bradley Beal for the Wizards. Nice little 2-color swatch there, and it is numbered to 25. That is 11 of 25 on the Bradley Beal. So our hits, Wizards, Spurs, and again, I see looks like maybe a little bit of chipping along that bottom kind of edge, but you guys know by now that's pretty standard on, unfortunately, most of this stuff. And then Mirotic, I never say it right, for the Bulls to 75. So those are our 3 hits out of Grand Reserve. This is a nice looking set. I think I've only got one more box of that, I believe, so that's where we'll end up with it. Because it didn't have a lot of interest tonight, so I will not, probably won't be buying more of that. So this is, of course, we had the full case of Excalibur. Kaboom is in Excalibur, but Excalibur is the name of the set. So we had a full case of 16. We're down to 8 that are left. We're going to do the same thing with these that we've done with all of the others. This is numbered on another side and a couple of other sides. So of the 8 that we have left, we're going to go into random and let random decide which of the 8 that we open. I know I haven't put the spreadsheet up yet, but I'm going to do these boxes first here. If I can get myself on the right page, that is, so that we can figure out which ones we're going to open. All right, so we're opening 1, 4, 3, and 6 tonight. So let's go ahead and get those. All right, 1, 3, 4, and there's 6. So let me get the rest of these out of the way. So our 4 that are left, and I may just end up doing those as individual boxes or something, because again, for whatever reason, this is not generating a whole lot of interest, which I'm kind of surprised, because Excalibur, you know, it's a nice set, particularly this year after they've redone it. It's actually a really nice set, and it's got a lot of cards in it. But anyway, here's where we are. This is 4 boxes of 2017 Panini Excalibur basketball. This is a quarter case break. It is the 3rd time we have broken 2017 Excalibur since it came out a couple weeks ago. In same format as before, you'll see team name on one side and your name in lights across from it as the winning bidder. And there's a whole slew of things in here that say no bids buyback. And again, those are just teams that no one wanted. So if anything comes out for one of those teams, it'll hang out here with me. Be less things I have to ship. I guess that's the bright side, right? And speaking of shipping, I expect that the majority of this will go out on Tuesday. Some of it may fall to Wednesday, because there will be a lot of cards in here, and I do have a couple of other base card heavy sets that have to be sorted and shipped ahead of this. So I'm expecting the majority of the stuff from tonight to ship on Tuesday, but if you don't get a shipping notice on Tuesday, look for it to go on Wednesday. The other thing I should tell you, because this is kind of weird, like I've always printed my labels through either eBay or PayPal, pretty much always. And recently only through eBay, because, you know, after eBay and PayPal kind of went their separate ways or whatever, I think eBay sold off PayPal or something, they don't integrate as well as they once did. So I've just been using eBay. So, you know, you get the labels on there and it normally just charges you, you know, takes it out of PayPal, charges your credit card, whatever. And then all it does is send a receipt. It doesn't say, you know, the name or the address of who the package went to. It just gives you a tracking number and says this is what you paid. Or if you check out with a big cart full of them, it just sends you one total and all the tracking numbers. Anyway, what it normally does then is apply the tracking number to the eBay order. So then you guys get the shipping notice that says, you know, hey, your package is on the way. Here's your tracking number, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, well, I noticed a couple days ago, eBay hasn't been applying that tracking number to all of the orders. And that's kind of been a little problem because they also don't put a name on the receipt. So I'm trying to figure out, there are at least 2 or 3 people that affected, and I think I've sent everybody a message. But if you have ever anything that you're waiting on and you don't get a tracking notice in the time frame or roughly the time frame that I have said to expect it to ship, feel free to shoot me a message, because I want to make sure that I kind of stay on top of whatever eBay's got going on with this shipping issue. That is to 49 Dirk Nowitzki for the Mavericks on the Crusade card. And our inserts in here, there's a lot of different inserts in here, and they're all actually pretty nice. Most of them are not numbered, but they're pretty cool. And there will also be variations down here. You know, there will be some that say Prince. Well, here's one coming up, as a matter of fact. So that one that says Prince is numbered to 149. There's some that say Count. I believe those are not numbered. And then various levels of base cards with that on it. That is the coloring of the standard Crusade card that is unnumbered. So there's always lots of interesting things. I should set that numbered insert aside because that'll make it easier to sort out later. So Excalibur's always got lots of fun inserts and numbered things and other interesting stuff to look at. See, this is one of the ones that says count, but they are not numbered. So Carl Anthony Towns. Another count. Crusade for, who is that? Oh, Ibka for the Raptors. Mr. Jamal Murray. And this one that says Marquee is numbered to 199. So I think any of them that say Marquee will probably be numbered the same way. So you can kind of keep an eye out for that as we go through as well. We've got all kinds of stuff going on in here. DeMarcus Cousins and Boogie in his NOLA uniform. Oh, I thought I just flipped all those over, and I guess I didn't. First hit. Oh, Yogi Ferrell. Sweet. That's pretty cool. You know, there's not a lot of... there isn't a lot of Yogi Ferrell rookie ink floating around because he was kind of unexpected. That is to 149 for the Mavericks, and that's pretty cool. I like that hit for you, Mavericks. I think that's nice. Dwayne Wade insert. Oh, did we look at these already? Now, see, I think we did because I think I sat them down when we stopped to look at Yogi Ferrell, but just in case I hadn't, I figure, well, we'll go through them again. I do that sometimes. I sit down half, you know, when we hit our hit, when we get to our hit, and then I'm like, wait a minute, did we look at that? Did we not look at that? So in each of these boxes, we're looking for 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia card. And, you know, sometimes, I'm sure you guys have been down this path before, but sometimes Panini will replace one of the hits with a points card. That has happened to us a couple of times out of Excalibur. So just in case, I'm kind of letting you know up front that that is a possibility, but hopefully we're not gonna have that happen to us tonight. I don't like it when they do that. I'm sure if you've done very many breaks with me, you know this already because I just rant and rave about it all the time. It really kind of makes me crazy. And there is DeAndre Bembry to 199 for the Hawks. Little Kyle Lowry insert. And this one is a Prince, and so it is numbered to 149. There's count, again, unnumbered. Little Steph Curry insert. I'm just trying to get everything sort of going in the right direction so that it's not quite as mixed up as we go through. That's another Prince, numbered to 149. I think I just stacked one of those in there too after I said I was going to try to separate them out. Brandon Ingram, Crusade guard. So what about Kyrie, man? Asking for a trade from the Cavs. Doesn't want to be LeBron's baby brother anymore. That was kind of surprising. Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs and Al Horford for the Celtics. Yeah, I was really kind of shocked to see that. I mean, you know, because it seems like on the face of it, it seems like they get along quite well, but... And maybe they do. Maybe he just wants to be the face of a franchise somewhere. I mean, that's certainly possible. This Devin Booker is numbered on the Squire. It is to 99. Looks like 22 of 99. It's right there in that lower left corner. You know, that's the first one of those that I have seen that's numbered too. So out of all the inserts, you know, that are similar to the one that we just saw for Devin Booker, I think that's the very first one I've seen that's numbered. So that's kind of cool for the Suns. You know, the Suns is always a team that I like to buy into in breaks because there are so many ex-UK players on that team. Of course, I went to school at UK, so for me, it's nice to be able to have several of my players on one team. Now we've got several on the Kings. I had a couple on the Kings. I had 3, actually. Then Boogie left. But then now De'Aaron Fox got drafted there. So I still have 3 at the Kings. I've got 3 or 4 at the Suns at this point. And now they picked up Rondo. Rajon Rondo, of course, signed that 1-year deal down in NOLA. So now I've got 3 at New Orleans as well. So I got 3 teams I got to try to buy because I've got multiple guys on it. So I'm going to be busy buying into breaks, keeping up with all my people. But it does make it easier when it's more than just one on the team, that's for sure. Mr. Wilt Chamberlain for the Lakers. Yeah, clearly I'm not specific to one team. I don't, you know, it's not like one team. Not like it is in football, where like I love my Steelers, and then, you know, I follow some other teams as well, but my Steelers are my main thing in football. In basketball, you know, I follow all the teams that have my players, and at any given time buy into a break with any of those teams, so it's not quite the same as it is in football. Mr. Ben Simmons, rookie for the Sixers. For the Raptors, we have that's a nice patch for the Podal, and that is numbered to 10. There's 4 of 10, to be specific. And that's a nice little 2-color patch. That has to have come, I guess, like around the arm piece, or around the band, around the legs, maybe, just looking at the colors. So, pretty sweet little piece of cloth there for the Raptors. Oh, Jimmy, I just now looked over and saw your comment. I hadn't been watching chat as closely tonight because nobody had been chatting. That's to 149 on the Jimmy Butler. So that's funny. So you think, but you know, if he's, I mean, I guess, okay, so I get what you're saying, you know, because the rumor is, of course, that LeBron's going to take off and go to the Lakers when he hits free agency after next year. But if that's the case, and it's just that you kind of want to be the face of your franchise and you're Kyrie, then why don't you just wait LeBron out, right? I mean, because, you know, Cavs drafted Kyrie. He's always been there. He's been there, since 2011? Yeah, right? Was he a 2011? Yeah. Yes, that's right. He was a 2011 draft. So, you know, he's kind of, I would think, just wait out LeBron and be the face of your own franchise. But, you know, they've had so much upheaval, I guess, with the front office that maybe he's just had enough. It's marquee to 199 on the Wilt Chamberlain, which you can't blame him, I guess, but they've gotten so close, you know. I mean, they're just right on the edge of breaking through to the next level, if you will. I guess just surprising. But I don't know. I think, you know, you're right. A lot of people didn't really ever get over LeBron going down to take his talents to South Beach. And really so much of that, honestly, for me anyway, I can't obviously say to how other people felt, but it's just kind of the way that was handled with the whole news conference, you know, and not having told the Cavs ahead of time what he was. I don't know. It was just the whole way that initial thing was handled was kind of like a little icky. But yet you could kind of understand why he did what he did, because they weren't bringing in any pieces to help the poor guy, and he was just tired of trying to carry the team every night and losing, you know, so I can understand that. And then I think when he came back and he did win them the championship, I think kind of all was forgiven for the most part. And then now he's talking about leaving again and going to the Lakers, and I guess that's kind of what's got everybody all stirred up again. So I don't know. It's hard. You know, you want to win. So I guess you do what you have to do. I don't know. That's to 49 on the Zach LaVine. And that one, of course, was the Duke insert. Here's my man, AD. Speak of the devil, there is LeBron. Oh, nice old Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, crusade to 10. So that's a nice little hit. Well, oh, the Damian Lillard is numbered. That is to 99 on the Run the Gauntlet for the Blazers. Oh, I just kicked something. I don't even know what that was. You probably heard it, though. It was quite loud. Something I've got under the table, I guess. I've always got all kinds of boxes of supplies stacked and stashed everywhere, you know, top loaders and whatnot. That is to 199 on the Russell Westbrook. Andrew Wiggins. Paul Millsap for the Hawks. And that is to 99 on the Armory material. Crusade for Bogdanovich. John Wall signed a nice new deal. That gives the Wizards, that was the last one they needed to keep their core intact. So at least through like 2020 or 2021, Beal and Otto Porter and John are locked up. So the Wizards just need to add a few pieces and they'll be all right. They're starting to bring it together. Yeah, I know what you mean, Jimmy, about being kind of old school in that regard, for sure. I mean, that's basically, in a weird sort of way, it is, but it isn't, like, because, of course, Kevin Durant is chasing the championship, but he's not chasing the money. I mean, to your point, you're talking about Jordan taking the, you know, pay cut so that they could sign Scottie Pippen. So, you know, Durant leaves to go to play with the Warriors, but then he agrees to take less money so they can keep their core intact to try to win again. So, I mean, yes, I think it is certainly about the money, of course. I mean, it's got to be the kind of money we're talking about that these people make. But I think even more than that, it's really just about the guys chasing rings these days. And so everybody's all about kind of creating the next super team, or however you want to look at it. And I mean, definitely it changes the landscape of things, because you don't have a lot of parity. I mean, I know the draft lottery and all those other things are supposed to function to bring more parity, but they really don't when you have all these massive free agency deals happening all the time and trades and everything. So I don't know. I don't know how they'll. I don't know how they'll. I don't know that there is a way to ever get parity as long as these guys want to chase the ring however they get it, you know. But you're right. It used to be somebody would be more loyal to their original team that drafted them or that city, and they would try to stay there and build around it. And Jimmy Butler to, what was that, to 149. And maybe there's not quite as much of that now, but yet, on the other hand, a lot of the ones that do relocate to chase the ring, so to speak, only do it after they've played in their respective cities for most of the time quite a number of years, waiting and hoping that things will turn so that they can bring the championship to the team they're on. And I guess at some point you just kind of say, time to move on. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be hard. They're super competitive, of course. And so you're always going to want to win. And then if you're on a team that is perennially uncompetitive, that would have to be hard. That's to 199. So I don't know what, Allen Iverson, I don't know what I would do in a situation like that. It's challenging, I'm sure, for them in many ways. But I'm sure it's an easier challenge with all the money they make these days. Probably makes it a little bit less of a dilemma when you're making a lot of money. That's just my guess. Because they are signing some high dollar deals these days. Another hit for the Raptors with the Pascal. I never say his name right either, so we're just going to leave it with Pascal. So the Raptors in with another. And then, of course, you know, that leaves all the guys in the NFL going, wait a minute, how come all these guys in the NBA are making that kind of money and we're not? So that's still 149. So it's kind of interesting. But, you know, the NBA has always been more about promoting the individual players, I think, than the NFL. Enes Kanter to 49. The NFL has always been more about the team. And, you know, for obvious reasons, you got a lot of different players and they change out quite frequently. And so they're all about supporting, you know, they promote the teams, whereas the NBA kind of promotes the individual. So that may be part of it too. You know, we've created our own monsters, so to speak. That's to 199 for the Pacers. Mr. John Wall. Wow, the Raptors are on fire tonight. And there's DeMar Carroll to 149. I mean, the Raptors are like killing it. It seems like every time we pull something out, I'm saying that's the Raptors, but they've had at least a few hits in there. Malcolm Brogdon. But I think this year's draft class in general is going to be pretty good. I mean, and certainly on the face of it and through what we saw in Summer League, I think they're going to be pretty good. So I'm excited for basketball to get started up again with the new season and our rookies. You know what? I'm gonna set these base cards over here on the sorting mat so I can create a little space back there to stack these next two boxes worth. Yeah, you're saying basketball was more fun back when Michael Jordan and those guys played. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different, I mean, it's a different game these days. There's no question about that. But some things are better, you know, some things are better, some things are not. I mean, I guess that's true of any change, that some work better than others. But, you know, I like the three-point shot, of course. I like the shot clock. There's a lot of things that they've changed that that I like. And then, of course, there's always some things that they change that aren't as good. Which, you know, they're getting ready to change in baseball to add a pitching clock in baseball, and I just think that's weird. So it's just hard to say sometimes what people have in their heads when they make some of the decisions that they make. And I know they've been testing out the pitching clock down in the minors, and I guess, you know, it does speed up the game and whatever, but I don't know, it's just weird. But basketball at one point in time, you know, I don't know, Jimmy, how old you are, or how much you maybe even watch older games, you know, replays of games from a long time ago or not. But do you remember four-corner basketball when, you know, if a team was ahead with maybe a couple minutes left to go in the game, and they would basically just spread out and throw the ball back and forth between the four corners until the clock ran out. So, you know, some of the things like that part wasn't very much fun. So the shot clock and some things that, you know, got rid of a few of those little issues, I think were positive changes to the game. You're saying they played defense back then. Well, you know, it just depends on the team, and it depends on the player. I mean, there are definitely some teams and some players that take a lot of pride in their defensive efforts. That one is to 149. And then there are other teams and other players that just shoot in such volume that they don't really care. They just figure their offense is going to carry them no matter how little they do on defense. I'm not a fan of that either, but I hear what you're saying. Oh, look at that, Alonzo Mourning. Sweet. That's a pretty cool little hit for the Heat to 149. I like pulling the legacy and veteran players. You guys probably know that about me. I think most of you that are on tonight have done breaks with me before, so you know I always enjoy pulling a nice franchise player out. And Alonzo Mourning is not one that you see all that often, really. We got another little chunk going the opposite way. Oh, Zoe played D. You're talking about Lonzo Ball, I assume. De'Aaron Fox will play some D also. Those two are going to be interesting, and of course they're going to play one another a fair amount, with one being at with the Lakers and the other being with the Kings. And of course everybody's already talking about that's to 49 on the Lenny Wilkins. Everybody's already talking about how those two are going to be forever intertwined with their careers, you know, kind of like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. Since they came up together, you know, you think of one, you think of the other. So it'll be interesting. Be interesting to see how they do. Oh, you were talking about Alonzo Mourning. Well, that makes sense because we did just look at his card. See how quickly my mind wanders. I'm thinking you're talking about Lonzo Ball. Yeah. I get my head going in all kinds of weird directions sometimes. Larry Bird. But you know, it's the nature of the beast. We're always after the next best thing, right? I mean, we're always, that's why we have the eternal quest for the rookie card, because we always want to have the next superstar before they're a superstar. It's just human nature, I guess. And that's where my head goes when we do these. I'm always thinking about the rookies, and I'm always pleasantly surprised when we pull out a nice a nice legacy player or veteran player, whatever you want to call them. Oh, nice hit for the Bucks. I just thought that was going to be an insert, but it's not. You got a little Brogdon, numbered to 10, 7 of 10. That is, that's more than a little nice. That's a great hit for the Bucks. It was a little nice when I thought it was going to be numbered to 199. It's a lot nice, numbered to 10. So congrats on that, Bucks. And if I mean, you probably don't, but if you want that in a one-touch or anybody else wants any of their hits in a one-touch, always happy to accommodate just at my cost. You shoot me a message over on eBay, and I will gladly put anything you want in a one-touch. Most of the time, that's to $1.99. Most of the time, it ends up being, you know, like right around $3 by the time we do the one-touch and the PayPal fee. Sometimes if it's like a really weird size, like a big giant size, it might be a slight bit more. But he usually, you know, charges me about the same for most of the sizes unless we get up over like 150 or something. We get up into the like 180 points, and now they've got a one-touch at, I think it's is it 260? I think there's a one-touch at 260 point now. They now make one-touch for booklets. Well, it's not now. I think they've been making them for a bit, but I have access to them now. And I think there's even one touch for Allen and Genter, you know, the little mini cards, but I don't know that he stocks that though at the hobby store. But he would be able to get it. I mean, he can get anything pretty much that you want, just might not have it on hand. Dave Cowens, wow. It's a blast from the past. Rudy Gobert. That is to $199 on the Ginobili, who I guess just announced a few days ago that he is coming back to the Spurs for, I don't know, what season is this for him? It's like it's a lot, like 15, 16. I mean, he's been there for like 100 years, it seems like. But he's coming back for one more. Which I like Ginobili, you know. So, that's good. That's a good thing for the Spurs, I think. Need a little veteran presence there sometimes. Grace under pressure, so to speak. Jimmy Butler to 99 for the Bulls. Rajon Rondo, both gone from the Bulls now, but obviously we're the Bulls when they printed this. But the Bulls are kind of decimated. They didn't keep they're going to be massively rebuilding. That is to 149. But that seems to kind of be the end thing these days, rebuilding. Everybody rebuilds, like, seems like constantly. DeMar DeRozan in his USA uniform. That is to 99. And, of course, DeMar DeRozan, I believe, is a Raptor, right? So that would be another one coming out for the Raptors. Because they are on a bit of a roll tonight with the hits. There's Mr. Yogi Ferrell again. Ah, Micken to 149. All right, we have one box left. So if we have not hit what you're looking for yet, hopefully we're going to hit it here. Because there aren't, of course, you know, there were a lot of teams that were unsold that, you know, hang out here with me. I don't remember which ones they are, but I know there are a lot. And then the rest of them, of course, you guys have. So I would like to see the hits come out for you guys, because you were nice enough to bid on this and help support the product. So hopefully we're going to be able to repay you with some nice little hits. I wish basketball had done better this year, because I love breaking basketball, because I enjoy, you know, watching basketball too, and I follow it probably even more so at the college level than the pro level, and so it's really a lot of fun for me to break, but it's just nobody really is too interested in it right now, because this has been such a kind of a down year for the rookie class anyway. Oh, Rick Fox, oh, to 149 for the Lakers. Oh, I love it. I love it. Rick Fox, sweet. Meanwhile, the Lakers are probably just like, I don't want Rick Fox, I only want the rookie. Yeah, I don't know if you like Rick Fox or not, Lakers, but ooh, I believe I see our case hit getting ready to come up too, so that's going to make somebody else happy in a minute. Yep, and it's also a Laker. Wow, the Kaboom is a Kobe Bryant for the Lakers. Now that's a hit for you. The Kaboom cards, as you guys know, have really good secondary market value. And, of course, they are only one per case. And Kobe is always one of the most desirable of the Kaboom cards. So, Lakers, you just had two really nice hits there. So, congratulations on that. Oh, a 1 of 1. Spurs have a little Emperor, little 1 of 1 hit coming out there on the DeJounte Murray. So nice. Nice. So we get the Kaboom and the 1 of 1 in the same box there, along with, did we already look at this? Along with Rick Fox. So that's quite a box so far. Denver Nuggets Gallinari is our next signature. And I'm sure you were probably hoping that we would pull Jamal instead for the Nuggets, but we got Gallinari. There's David Robinson to 149. I'm really excited about the Kaboom. That's so nice. That's a good hit, Lakers. All right, now maybe we're in some shape to go through this here for a second without... Well, couldn't decide where I was going to put that. I was looking at this one and get ready to stack the other. For the Cavs, got a little K. Felder to 149. Material hit for the Cavs. Paul Millsap to 149. Dwayne Wade. Otto Porter to is that 199? Yeah, $1.99. You'd think I would have learned by now that marquee is to $1.99, but yet somehow I still haven't managed to keep it in my head. I don't know what is going on with the camera tonight, that it keeps changing the color saturation when I open the packs and open the boxes. For some reason, it's changing the whole color. I don't know, the camera's been just a little bit funky all week. And I don't really know why, because it's, you know, it stays on the tripod. It's in the same spot it's always in. But yet, it's doing some weird things. All right, this is the last of it, so let's see what we get. Kyle Lowry. It's easier just to flip the whole stack, I think. Oh, there's DeMar DeRozan. So yes, he is a Raptor, which is, I was pretty sure he was a Raptor, but you know, sometimes if someone's been with a team for a really long time, even after they get traded, if they get traded or go away in free agency, sometimes I mentally still associate them with the other team. So that's why I like to double check. But that one we won't have to double check because we just passed his base card. Double checked it for us. Oh, I don't know why they have to put them in so many different directions in the same pack. Pistol Pete. But they do like to turn them in 100 directions. Kevin Love /99. Boogie. Greg Monroe /149. Chris Paul. Gosh, every time I look at one of these cards, I'm just thinking, man, there really have been a lot of team changes. A lot of team changes. That is /49. Oh, gosh, Lenny Wilkens jumped right out of my hand. I'm sorry about that, guys. Looks to be okay, though. I don't think we've done him any damage. It is the Supersonics, which of course is the current Oklahoma City Thunder. So anything that you have seen go through tonight that says Supersonics will go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, because that's the current name and location of that franchise. And card always stays with its franchise. Jamal Crawford. Little Tyson Chandler insert. Miles Turner. All right, so let me move these over onto the sorting mat, and then we will recap our hits. Just to get one more look at what we pulled out. overall, I would say it was pretty solid. I like that we got a 1 of 1. I like that we hit our Kaboom was nice. We hit a Crusade to 10. I mean, overall, I think we did pretty well. K. Felder for the Cavs, and my iPad just went to sleep. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. There we go. Now it's back up and running. I guess I hadn't tapped it in a minute, and it decided to take a little nap on me. There's our 1 of 1. Nice case hit with Kobe. Really just super nice. And then the Rick Fox, which I happen to really like personally. The Rick Fox auto. DeMar DeRozan in his Team USA uniform, of course, goes to the Raptors. Brogdon to 10, also a really nice hit for the Bucks. Alonzo. Another Raptor. Followed by, another Raptor. Followed by a Hawk. It's all about the birds tonight, isn't it? Followed by another Raptor. And another Hawk. Really all about the bird teams. And then Yogi Ferrell for the Mavericks. So that is it for tonight, guys. As always, I thank you so much for breaking with me and bidding with me and chatting with me. Jimmy, especially. You were in there keeping me company tonight. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. I hope I will see you again soon on another break. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Baseball and basketball and football. And, of course, new stuff rolling out all the time from Topps and Panini. So in the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you